Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy, Nerd Mode On, and today is Wednesday, so we have yet to get another episode of Would You Rather. This is a video series where I'll be going over approximately 5 questions and determining which one is less likely to be invasive. So with the rules and guidelines reviewed, let's start off the episode. Coming in at our first question, I have would you rather have loved and lost or never loved at all? And of course, I'm going to go with loved and lost, considering that if you're not willing to put yourself out there, you're not willing to fall in love and really reap the benefits that it has to offer emotionally and physically, then you've pretty much lost by itself, and it's definitely not a very enjoyable experience. Now, of course, putting yourself out there to be denied is definitely not the most reassuring feeling when it comes down to it, but it also puts you in a different position. It allows you to move on. It allows you to hopefully find somebody else that will make you happy. And that's just a part of life, and that's overall how the main scheme of things works out, and eventually you'll find that person that makes you happy. You'll find that person that really connects with you, and it'll be better than the first time. And I know that's something that can be difficult to understand for everybody, and myself included. I definitely fall into those moments where I'm visually invested into it. I'm emotionally invested into what I'm going forward with, and sometimes it can just be hard to snap out of it. It can almost be a sense of pride that you don't want to lose, but realizing that the next person that you fall in love with could be the one meant for you, and in those cases, that seems to be a win in most books. Coming in at our second question, I have, would you rather be mortal on an immortal planet or be immortal on a mortal planet? And of course, immortality sounds pretty awesome to me, considering that being able to really see the advancements in technology and being able to do a lot more than just the standard person will be able to do in their 80 years to 100 years is pretty appealing by itself. It'd be nice to see where we go technologically as well as mentally. Maybe we fix a lot of the problems that we currently have in today's society, but at the expense that you're going to be watching friends and family die almost in front of you in many cases. And that's definitely not something that I'm sure many of you guys are looking forward to, but it's something that's consistent with the mortal side of things. And hopefully, eventually maybe we'll all become immortal, but at the moment, it's just something that's consistent with how the world operates. Coming in at our third question, I have, if you could only play a board game every single day, would you rather only play Risk or only play Monopoly? And of course, these are both really good board games. I enjoy both of them for different reasons, of course, but I enjoy Risk a lot more considering that it has strategic value, as well as I really enjoy the military-themed games that come along with it. And, of course, I do enjoy trying to take over continents and really enjoying the progressive state of the game, as well as seeing the impact that a single unit can have on the field, as well as watching the person that lost that unit crumble down and overall have to panic to get their next move enabled or ready to go. Now, of course, coming in at our fourth question, I have, would you rather be in the Army or be in the Marine Corps? Now, of course, I don't know a ton about the overall stages of these two fractions. I don't know a ton about the overall training that goes into it, the advancements that you can personally achieve, or anything of the sort. So I'm not going to try to fool you guys into thinking that I've done my research when it comes to both of these. But I think I'd rather be in the Army. I think that's just something that is a little bit more known. I've had family that goes into both of these branches as well, but I feel like the Army would be something that I could find myself in, or hopefully achieving, if I had to go into any of the options. And I just overall like the patterns that are presented in the battlefield, as well as, being able to stand up for our country and being able to do hopefully the right thing when it comes down to the main gist of it. And finally, coming in at question 5, I have, would you rather control your dreams or watch them the next day? Now, of course, both of these options are very appealing, considering that many of you guys probably dream and or have nightmares depending on the severity of the overall circumstance. But I would imagine most of you guys pretty much dream as a consistent basis, so we'll go along with that option. Now, in these cases, for me personally, I have some pretty interesting dreams sometimes. I can't always remember the overall theme of what was going on, but I kind of get these blurry tips throughout the day. You kind of focus heavily on it, and maybe eventually you'll achieve the overall main gist or the storyline of what was going on the night before. But many times, I don't ever have control. The times that I do remember, I wonder, why did I get to this stage? Why was my mind so focused heavily on this certain circumstance? And I don't always have an answer for that, considering that my mind likes to go free. You kind of sleep in, and everything just kind of goes from there. However, I feel like, being able to watch it back would be almost frightening in some senses, because I'm sure some of you guys have had dreams that maybe weren't the best dreams ever had. I guess they'd be more classified as a nightmare in those senses, but depending on how you wish to classify that, that's completely up to you, of course. Now, for me personally, there are times where I have disturbing dreams that maybe shouldn't be going on. Maybe they're not the most society-friendly dreams that the world has ever seen. But of course, with that in mind, it would be interesting to kind of watch it back and watch it like a storyline or like a YouTube video. It'd be interesting to see from start A, or the beginning of it, to start B, or the end of it in many cases, to kind of see what was going on and the overall storyline that was trying to be told and overall everything that was just basically being shown. And I think that would be interesting, but I think for my final answer, I think being able to have control over my dreams would really enable me to invest a lot more of my time into it, as well as being able to stray away from those topics that are controversial in many senses, or maybe not society friendly, or whatever is going on. And being able to have control, I think, is always a good thing, especially when you are the main user that is projecting those dreams. But anyway, guys, that has been this episode of Would You Rather. If you guys would like to answer the questions in the comments below to kind of give me some feedback on how you guys perceive the questions, feel free to let me know. And when it comes down to it, guys, I'll see you in the next installation. And this is NMO, and I'm going to be signing out, guys. Peace.